do you need the...
I do, right, always. Know me myself. Start as soon as possible without taking your time further. Dear moderator, respected guests, sorry, would you please open my slides? So anyways, I continue. I come from University of Kastamonu, Turkey. I'm locally from Tajikistan, right? Yes, my today's topic is about the evaluation of tourism industry and mountain tourism in the Republic of Tajikistan. As you know, around 93% of Tajikistan are covered. Mountains, we can call it mountainous country. It is the second most mountainous country globally after Bhutan. It's unbelievably just 93% of Tajikistan. According to other sources, say 91.9. It's almost 93, so no worries. So let me move forward. So I don't go in detail, so I will just start shortly about the emergence of tourism, how tourism started, how far it's been going on by far. Now tourism, as you said, around 19th and 18th century, it was just an aristocrat and high level of people who got special status in society. But just by passing time, it is undeniable part of today's people's life, right? Probably most of you are foreigners, as far as I'm concerned. You come here as a visitor or a tourist, but just all of you are considered to be tourists and visitors. So see, it's sort of not any more aristocratical way of being practiced. Now, if we move forward, anyways, so according to UNWTO, so there is a great study. Look, it says in 1950, the world hosted around 25 million people, but in 2019, it's around 1 billion people. It's not even recent data. It's been 7 years, right? If you think about 70s, it could be around 1 in 5, almost 2 billion, right? Because we're running out of time, I do my best to finish as soon as possible. I beg your pardon. Well, now, tourism activities, look, I just go, Tajikistan is a country which is made up of nearly 93% of the mountain. So it is a huge opportunity for those who are actually trying to invest here, right? Because all of us, probably most of us are scholars and related, tourism, right? That's why Tajikistan is the most second, as I said earlier, according to WPR, World Population Review. Well, if we think deeply, tourism, as I said, it is the third biggest industry in the world, after oil industry, and then, can you guess, automobile. Right, we got right now crisis in the world, right, due to growing attention, right? We know the importance of oil. That's it, is third biggest industry. Right? Let's move forward. Okay. Well, I did my presentation just simplistic way to do it, right? So, anyways, now as I said, tourism. The tourism's biggest influence, I would say, impact is economically. So in order, why, if I say just give you the basic example of Dubai. Dubai probably is the third most visiting country by far, followed by Istanbul and then other cities. Number one is Paris, and then Bangkok, and then on. Why? Because they promote tourism. I mean, there's a huge opportunity for visitors. Right? In some cases, there are collaboration and cooperation between state and private corporations. Right? That's why I do believe Tajikistan right now, in terms of tourism, is developing, one of the developing states. Because for example, right now, most of you arrived here probably without visa, except some Turkish people, but still. Most of the tourists, especially Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, CIS countries probably, visa free, even Russia probably, right? We got guests from Russia as well. Anyways, right, let's move forward. Now we got certain way to develop tourism. right? So I just shortlisted it and away. So integration of digital technology in the tourism sector. We live in the age of technology. We live in the age of technology. Technology is inevitable part of our lives. I use technology here. Why not in tourism, right? Second one is development of new forms of tourism. You know, I've been actually researching tourism for the last 2 years. New tourism forms could be developed. Our colleagues from Uzbekistan was talking about health tourism, probably, right? You both of you probably, right? It's also a great opportunity to invest in health tourism or medical tourism. Just development of institutional support and international cooperation. So, World Bank and IMF and other state institutions could be cooperated together. I don't say it's for free, but it's sort of business in order to cooperate and further developing process. Now, green tourism and etc. So now, innovation, as I said, the first three of them are considered to be innovation. Innovation, it's not necessarily to be a technological device actually, because when we think about innovation, people generally think about something should be just digital, you know. It's not that. It's not just have to, but we have to improve ways of innovation to adapt it and to integrate it into today's tourism sector, right? Other sectors, I got data from Travel Tajikistan. I got the references at the end of my research. Look, it says in 2025 there were over 225. So these data are in 2025. It could even increase. 245 travel agencies, 191 hotels, and 4 recreational and tourism centers. You might think it is not that. In terms of statistics, Tajikistan is made up of 10 million people. So it's, in terms of tourism, it's getting developed day by day, right? That's why I was talking about new form of tourism. So state and private ownership companies collaboration. Let's move forward. Now, I'm not going to read all of them. It's just basic statistics from Agency on Statistics under the President of the Republic of Tajikistan. Now, as I said, not all the visitors are considered to be tourists. If, for example, some of you might be diplomats, but if you visited early Tajikistan for the second, third time, you are not considered to be tourist, right? That's why, according to WTO, World Tourism Organization, they have standards who are to be called tourists. So anyways, in 2024, more than 1 million people visited Tajikistan, mostly from CIS countries, Commonwealth of Independent States or countries. And then followed by, followed by non-CIS countries. And then first one comes China, right? And then Afghanistan, 10,000, USA, Iran, Turkey, etc. Right. Let's move forward. Mountain tourism in mountains Tajikistan. It's probably impossible to think Tajikistan without mountains, because Tajikistan considered to be it's 1,440 meters lower than the Everest. It's not a joke, right? No. Yes. No. I got time, right? Probably. Yes. Okay. Anyways, so this it's not really for those who are eager to come and practice mountaineering or alpinism. It's the best destination. I don't want Miss Moderator telling me to keep it as short as possible, but I move forward. Right? Half of Tajikistan territory is over 3,000 altitude above the sea level. Okay. Well, main activities in mountain tourism, you can see, right? Look, this is the most mountainous country in the world, according to World Population Review. Bhutan, and then followed by Tajikistan. And then on average, about sea level, Tajikistan is number 3. Right? Alright. And then types of activities related to mountain tourism. It's divided into 2 categories, extreme and the easiest one, easy and difficult, right? The extreme one is a little bit dangerous. You have to be expert, right? Because it's not recommended to people who are not previously been in such activities. So because cycling and standards and horse riding and extreme, you got canoeing, caving, jumping, mountains, biking. All right. Well, sort of activities being done. Look, this is the UNWTO research done in 2022. So this is the most practiced activities throughout the world. Who are the UNWT member states? Not all the world, right? Key objectives, okay. I'm not going to read them all. As I said, to generate economic income. The main purpose of tourism is generating economic income, revenue. It's got just impact over the whole state, citizens. In conclusion, say I'm very fast. In conclusion, I am proud to be Tajikistani. I did my research in Turkey. I would like to invite you all for the next time to our homeland. Tajikistan is a great opportunity for those who are eager to run their academic and future investment. It's a great opportunity. So thank you very much for your precious time.